Hello Servus, and welcome back to another video on our channel. Today will just be me, myself and I, and Sebastian's not here because I'll be talking about the things that I love about Germany. I love living in Germany. We're currently in Munich city right now, but I also do love living in my home country, Singapore. And the points that I'll be raising later are just things that I personally love about Germany and about Munich, and are mostly compared to, my own experiences from back home. If you are new to this channel, hi, hello, welcome. Sebastian and I make videos about living in Germany, living abroad, cultural differences when it comes to international couples. So if that is your thing, do consider hitting the subscribe button down below. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Point number 1, the healthcare system and how simplistic the health insurance can be. Don't get me wrong, the healthcare system in Singapore is amazing. The quality of care that you get there is extremely high, and services are extremely affordable as well. When I talk about the healthcare system or health insurance, I'm specifically referring to points where services like dermatology, dental care, or even pregnancy for mothers are all covered within the public health insurance here in Germany. In addition to that, one really cool thing is that health insurance also covers your cost to make glasses. In Singapore, however, these services are not covered. For pregnant mothers, you would have to purchase an additional maternity insurance just to make sure that all costs when it comes to having a child is being covered. One other amazing thing about the health insurance in Germany is the free family insurance. For example, you can insure your spouse or your child under the same insurance contribution that you make without having to pay any additional costs for them, and they still receive the same benefits as you do. I think that's just amazing for people who are thinking about moving to Germany with a family or with your spouse. Point number 2 is the extremely affordable education. More specifically, for a lot of you guys who are thinking about moving to Germany, it would be for tertiary education like universities or postgraduate studies. Education at public universities is free, and that is so good because everyone have the same access to education regardless of your family or financial background. Probably the only thing that you need to pay is the administrative charges that cost around 250 euros per year, and this makes Germany an attractive place for postgraduate studies. For example, here in Munich, we have the TU and the LMU, which are both really good universities, and they are public universities. Point number 3 has definitely got to do with the ease of traveling all around Europe. Germany is somewhat in the center of Europe, and it puts it in a very good position to be easily accessible to its neighboring countries. Similar to Singapore, where you can easily fly to other neighboring countries within the Southeast Asia region, in Germany, the best part is that you can drive everywhere. A 4-hour drive from Munich can take you to Vienna in Austria, to Prague in Czech Republic. A longer drive, like a 6-hour drive, can take you up north to Berlin. It can take you to Luxembourg, and it's just so amazing and so easily accessible to travel to all of these wonderful countries surrounding Germany. Anyway, because it's so easy to travel all around Europe from Germany, you must be wondering, where does she get all this time to travel? Well, good news is that in Germany, you have a lot of vacation days compared to Singapore. The average number of vacation days that you would get in Germany is around 24 to 30. That's more or less a common practice, but it really depends on your company or your negotiation of the contract that you get. For my company, I get 30 days compared to what I would have been getting back in Singapore, where the average is around 7 to 14 days. And this is the number that I got from the Ministry of Manpower website. But I think a lot of companies in Singapore these days do give slightly more than 14, just to make it a little bit more attractive for the young talents. But there's a huge difference. If you're talking about 14 days and 30 days, you have so much free time off to really just explore and see what Europe has to offer. Because of this high amount of vacation days, I'm super lucky that I can afford to go back home to Singapore once a year and still make other vacation plans during the summer or over Christmas. Point number 5 has definitely got to be the weather. So you have to know I come from Singapore, which is tropical all year round. We don't have 4 seasons, and that's why it makes me appreciate the 4 seasons that we get here in Germany. Every season is so beautiful, the color changes and it has its own vibes. You become one of these sun worshippers during summer because you know it's so rare, and you come to love the snow during winter because it just makes everything a little bit more magical. Point number 6. The nature. In Munich, or more specifically in Bavaria, in the southern part of Germany, we have a lot of lakes, we have the mountains, the Alps, and it's just so beautiful. There are so many outdoor activities that you can do for free, like hiking, mountain biking. You can go swimming in the lakes in summer. It's just really, really nice to have the luxury of greenery and the lakes and the mountains all so close by to you. With just a 1 hour or 1.5 hour drive from Munich city, you reach the Alps, and the scenery that you get during the drive or at the Alps are just so beautiful. It is literally mind-blowing. The nature is something that I really, really appreciate here because you just simply don't get that in a concrete jungle like Singapore. Point number 7 is the beer culture and the cheap and good alcohol. If you come from Singapore or have lived in Singapore before, you would know that alcohol there is hella expensive. A pint of beer in Singapore at a bar would cost you around $15, which equates to around 9 euros or something. I'm just doing the math in my head. But over here in Germany, it would probably just cost you 2 to 3 euros maximum. If you're not so much a beer drinker and you prefer wine, the wine selection here is amazing, and they're also so cheap as well. If you go to the supermarkets, you can find good wine from around like 2.99 euros to like 5-7 euros, and those are really good wines still. However, back home, the cheapest bottle of wine that you can find in supermarkets are like, I don't know, like $20 or $30, and they're not even that good. To get a good bottle of wine, you probably have to pay like $40 to $60, which equates to, I don't even want to do the math. It's ridiculously expensive. Point number 8. With all of these good alcohol, cheap alcohol comes with amazing festivities. You guys do your festivities so freaking well. Celebrations are so extravagant. They are a huge thing here. And I feel like literally with every season, there will be one huge festival. Am I right? Nothing more needs to be said. Just come here and experience it for yourself because the festivities here are really amazing. Point number 9 is the lifestyle and the way of life. I would say probably this is not only for Germany, but also for all Europe, is that the lifestyle here is much slower compared to back home. People really do treasure the concept of work-life balance. From what I know, family and social life is extremely important to a lot of the Germans, a lot of the Europeans, compared to the Asian mentality or the Asian working culture where your work is your priority. That makes me really appreciate the fact that over here, if you have a day off or if it's a public holiday, people really just, switch off. The next point number 10, has definitely got to be the fact that people here are so warm and they are so friendly. Well, at least the ones that I know or have been exposed to. I live in the south here in Munich, and I think that people here are generally really friendly, despite popular belief or stereotypes that Germans can be a little cold, a little harsh. I would say that people are definitely more direct. You know, they don't like beating around the bush, but that really does not mean that they are unfriendly whatsoever. Another huge perk if you're thinking about moving to Germany as a foreigner is that people here speak amazing English as well. English is being taught at school, so everyone should have a basic level of English, and how good you are depends on how much you practice. And especially at big cities like Munich, people speak good English. Every time I go to a supermarket, try to speak broken German to them, they give up and they just switch to English because they can, which makes life so much easier for foreigners like me. So I think that's pretty much the end of the list. Some other honorable mentions, which I did not really cover because I'm just comparing it to back home, is the good public transport system we have here in Germany. In Singapore, I think it's better. But there are other points as well, like the good recycling system. Singapore can learn way much more from that, especially in bigger cities like Berlin or Munich. It is so diverse and you don't have to worry about, you know, coming here and feeling lonely and not being able to make any friends here. Alright, so I think this wraps up today's video. Those are just some of the things that I really love about Germany, and some reasons, hopefully, that can convince you to move to Germany if you're considering to. If you like this kind of videos, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see a video about things I hate about Germany, let me know by leaving a comment down below, and I will see you in the next video, hopefully with Sebastian. Bye guys!